Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of my comic book corner where I take a look at some of the comic books that I've picked up on my last visit to the comic shop. So let's get into it. Okay, yeah, so I've got a considerable amount to go through here. I've picked up on my last trip down to my comic shop, A Place in Space in Croydon, where I get the majority of my comics from, 95% of them. And this lot here is from there. I do have 3 other comics on the other side that came off of eBay. So let's just get into them, shall we? Now, like I said, big chunk here, because I haven't been for some time before Christmas. Now, this first lot here that I'll show you is actually from probably about 6 weeks or so back, maybe 7-8 weeks. They got lost in transit, unfortunately, but the comic shop, kind enough, obviously, to replace them, get them replaced for me, which is fantastic. It's a great shop, very welcoming and brilliant. I've been going there for, I don't know, probably nigh on 20 years. Prior to that, I used to go up into London for my comic books. But yeah, this is the 3rd location that they're in Croydon since I've been going there. So let's just get into what I've got. So first up is book 4, which is an oversized comic, as you can see. That's your sort of standard size of Lonely City, Catwoman Lonely City, part 4. Like I said, this did come out. This one did come out some time ago, but yeah, and I believe this is, if I'm right in thinking, this is the final part of Lonely City. Yes, that's that one done, and it's from the DC Black Label range, which is more mature content. But there we go. So next up we have here the Grimm Universe Halloween special. So you can see how long ago this one actually made it out into the shops. There we go. And usually you have a little story in here and then a load of art. So, like so, if you can see. I appreciate you can't see it that well. Let me try something different with this, shall we? Okay, so I've adjusted the camera for this. Sorry about bits in the way there. Just so we can see them a bit better without having my mug in the shot. So, Grimm Universe 2022 Halloween special. Like I said, this is late because this stuff got lost in transit, shall we say. And yeah, Grimm Fairy Tales is a comic I've read from pretty much day one. And I enjoy them. Yeah, what can I say to that? They're fun. They're fun. So that's that. So that's Grimm Universe Halloween special. Then we have issue 5 of Samurai Sonia with a cosplay variant cover, as you can see. It's a Red Sonja related comic. Vampirella, so I just Red Sonja there. And I like the Red Sonja comics done by Dynamite. Yeah, I have fun with them as well. Enjoyable. And then back from Zenoscope, Grimm Fairy Tales Wise, like the Halloween special, we have this here, Grimm Spotlight, Cinderella versus the Tooth Fairy. And these are sort of like give you a horrific spin on those fairy tale comics. But the one thing I will say about this comic company is they're not afraid to make women look like women. You know, as opposed to looking like androgynous individuals that Marvel kind of got into. Captain Marvel? Yes. So then we have Grimm Fairy Tales issue 65. Now in one of my previous videos I would have shown a couple of issues that came later than this because for the reasons suggested. But yeah, there's a wealth of Grimm Fairy Tale. Well, there you go, Belle there. Van Helsing. Yeah, Iron Maiden. Man, Goat and Bunny Man. There's all these like weird and wonderful, wacky characters within the Grimm universe. And then here's one that I believe this comic may have ended now, but one that I was missing as well, which was issue 4 of the Army of Darkness versus Reanimator. This isn't the first time you've had an Army of Darkness Reanimator crossover comic. And yeah, 2 sort of iconic horror comic books, or films, sorry, coming together in comic book form. And I get a lot of fun out of the Army of Darkness comic books. Yeah. What more can I say to that? I can't. So that was the back stuff that came for me that they got. So then we have the final issue of the first Predator run from Marvel. Next month there is another issue 1. Fantastic cover there, as you can see. Cosmic Ghost Rider's coming. I will be getting that. And that's the Frank Castle, the Punisher. Yeah, so Predator in comic form. Predator used to be done by Dark Horse Comics, but obviously Disney bought 20th Century Fox. Thusly, the license went back to Disney for Marvel to produce comic books under the Alien and Predator names. Then we have issue 19 of Moon Knight. Now, because I haven't been for a while, I believe there is another Moon Knight there. Issue 18 and 19 of Moon Knight, as you can see. You'll recognise that character from the Moon Knight TV series if you're watching from the perspective of not being a comic book collector and just seeing the characters in film. So yeah, 2 issues of Moon Knight there. Interesting covers. I'll put them down. I'll show them both at the same time. And then I do believe that I have here 2 issues 8 and 9 of Carnage. Yes. 35 years of Carnage. Or 30 years of Carnage, sorry. I was reading that as... Yeah, 30 years of Carnage. So I was there and I've got the first appearance of Carnage in comic book form. And knowing that it's 30 years makes me feel extremely old. I've got that first appearance up in a box somewhere in amongst all of my decades worth of comic collecting. It's a shame Carnage wasn't done justice in the films. That's all I can say. But 30 years, Christ almighty, I'm an old man. And then we have the Batman The Adventures Continue Season 3, which is based upon the Batman animated series. And it's done in that sort of arty cartoon style, as you can see. So that's good. And I know at the back of this, it's got a nice, DC done a nice dedication to Kevin Conroy, who we lost, voice actor for Batman, who we lost. And there's a little bit from Paul Dini and Alan Burnett, if you wish to read them. I did read these out in my live on Sunday. You can pause that and read those little dedications there. And then I have 2 issues of Walking Dead Deluxe, 53 and 54. Now I do have all the Walking Dead comics in black and white, but these kind of reprint them in colour. They've given them colour. They were black and white comics at first. I'm a big fan of the Walking Dead universe, comics, TV show. Yeah. There we go. 2 Walking Deads. And then we have here The White Knight, issue 7, book 7. But I will have finished this comic book series, as in the last issue I've already got, because I'm sure I've already got. Have I got? I don't know, actually. I thought this ended. Maybe not. Maybe I'm talking crap there. I'm not up to date with it. To be concluded. Yeah, I'm sure I've got. I don't know. Anyway, I'm questioning myself there, what I've got and what I haven't got. Moving on. Let's go to some Alien, some more Marvel. There we go. Nice Alien Queen on the front of that issue there. Issue 4 of Marvel's 2nd miniseries of Alien. as you can see. Again, from Marvel Comics, Dark Horse used to do them until New Silver Surfer, until Marvel bought out 20th Century Fox, or sorry, Disney bought 20th Century Fox, and having already bought Marvel, the rights went to Marvel to do. There we go. Aliens. Next up we have issue 1 and 2 of Blade Runner 2039. Now, Blade Runner 2039 is the third, however you want to look at it. You've got Blade Runner 2019, Blade Runner 2029, Blade Runner 2039 as comic series, 12 issues apiece. And then obviously lead into the film 2049, which was the last Blade Runner film. There's also a Blade Runner Origins comic and Blade Runner Black Lotus comic based on the anime. I read them all because I like the Blade Runner universe. Yeah. So there we go, Blade Runner. Now we're getting into this stuff here. And these 3 packs here, comics that I've bought off of eBay over several weeks, so we'll have a look at them. I've got no idea what order they will come out in or what's in each one. So let me get rid of that. So there's the first pack there, as you can see. So let's take a look, shall we, at what we have here. A couple of Grimm fairy tales in there. Punisher variant. But there, let's go over them one at a time. So first up, King Spawn, issue 18. I'm very much enjoying Spawn at the moment. Gunslinger Spawn, King Spawn, all of the Spawn line. Very good. Yeah, what can I say? Todd McFarlane's character that's been going since 1992. Non-stop, which is fantastic, and a film that needs a reboot. Fantastic. King Spawn. Then we have issue 8 of Vampirella Strikes with a cosplay photo variant cover, like so. And again, it's nice that Dynamite Comics is not afraid to put on realistic women. Okay, you could argue that you know, it shows a body type that is not really the norm, but come on, who cares? So Vampirella Strikes. Then we have issue 9 of She-Hulk. The TV show that upset a lot of people because they didn't understand what the She-Hulk comic was actually like. And yeah, so I've always enjoyed She-Hulk as a comic book. It's always been a bit different. She was breaking the fourth wall before Daredevil, Deadpool. Yeah. The TV series was a good representation of what the comic book is. And I picked this up as well, and this is a reprint of the first She-Hulk comic. I do have this in black and white somewhere, in graphic novel form. I just thought I'd pick it up because it reprints the entire thing, literally from front to back. Star Wars stuff there. Fantastic. Ron, Space Knight. Yeah, quality. From an era of comics bygone. And then we have here from Zenoscope, we have Return to Oz. Wicked Witch. Return to the Wicked Witch, Oz, issue 2. Like I said, I enjoy the sort of Zenoscope titles. All very good and fun. And then we have issue 67 of, I know I showed issue 65 a little while ago. This is issue 67 of Grimm Fairy Tales. Just to flick through so you can see the sort of art that's inside. Good stuff. Next up, a variant cover for the Punisher. Yes, I did pick up issue 8 a little while ago. This is a variant cover for it that I sort of missed out on at the time, but it came back up. I missed out because I wasn't quick enough. Yeah. But this isn't my Punisher. This isn't my Punisher. But there we go. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the Punisher. It's not good. It's not good. So then, next pack. There's a small one here. Have a look in the small one. Because the other one is quite thick, that last one there. Okay, so we have 3 issues here. First up is Savage Tales from Dynamite. Winter Special. One shot. It's just a one-off. So, here we have, it has 4 stories in it. First is Draculina, with some awful art style. I don't like the art in this at all, really. And then we move into a Deja Forest, John Carter of Mars. Quick story, Vampirella story, only short, and then some other character that I don't read. But there we go. Barbarella comic there. And that's Savage Tales. Then we have issue 9 of She-Hulk. That's a play on an issue that was done ages ago, this cover by Dan Slott when he was writing She-Hulk a while ago. This is actually a variant cover, sorry, of that issue that I had before. I have reason to believe. Yes, sorry, it's not. So that's the same issue as that, but as a variant cover. Yep. And then we have here, again from Dynamite, with a cosplay cover variant. And that is Red Sonja, Immortal Red Sonja. Draculina there. But again, some of the art styles in these are a bit cringy bad. But there we go, what can you do? You can't do anything. Now let's go on to this last pack, which is quite a big one. Quite a thick pack of comics in here. Okay. So, let's get through them one at a time, shall we? So first up, Tales of Terror Quarterly. Grimm Fairy Tales. This is the 2022 Holiday Special. Was an ongoing series for a while, Tales of Terror. I did get them all. And yeah, from the Grimm Fairy Tales pantheon of comic books that they do. And yeah, so that's that. Tales of Terror. Next up, we have Gunslinger Spawn. Another one from the Spawn comic books that we're currently getting. And Gunslinger Spawn's really good. I've got the figure of him as well in my Spawn collection of figures. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And there's that. And then we have an issue here of a comic book called Lady Hell. Now this here is a photo variant cover, as you can see. It's called a Virgin Art photo variant cover because it's got no writing on it. No markings whatsoever other than the cosplay photo. There we go. This is issue 4. And again, it's from Dynamite Comics. There we go. Next up, another photo variant. And this is of Red Sonja and Hell Sonja. Yep, cosplay cover photo, issue 1. Yeah. And then keeping in with Spawn, you got Haunt on the cover of this one, Scorched issue 13, which is like a it's got all the characters in it: Spawn, Haunt, Lady Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, King Spawn. It's like a crossover comic essentially. Yeah, all the different spawns that you can get. There's loads of them all coming together in this here series. I love my Spawn. What can I say? And then we have Star Trek Strange New Worlds. The Illyrian Enigma. Now this is the first issue of Star Trek Strange New Worlds comic book. Captain Christopher Pike on the front. I love the series. Now I don't usually read comic books based on Star Trek, to be honest. I did a while ago for a bit, but being it's the first issue based around Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I thought, you know, I'll give it a go. There we go. Oh look, a new Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic on the way. The hidden history of the Last Ronin, when his only guides were Master Splinter's journal and burning need for vengeance. I shall be getting that because I really enjoyed the Last Ronin as a comic book. Fantastic. Okay, so then we have a variant cover issue for issue 1 of Blade Runner 2039. I bought. I don't need to flick through that one because I've done it already. Then we have Vampirella Mind Warp issue 4. There we go. Another Vampirella title. And the wealth of Vampirella titles that there are. Fantastic. And that's a fantastic cover, that one. And then I have 2 covers here for a comic book called Gun Honey from Titan Comics, which is a sort of crime noir kind of a comic book. One's a photo variant cover, the other one's a comic cover like so. Yeah. But you do find that in these comic books there is a little bit of nudity at times, as you can see there. More for the adult reader. This is the second Gun Honey comic book, like mini-series that they've done. Okay, so that's everything that I've picked up from my local comic shop, A Place in Space in Croydon. And like I said, I have a few other titles here, actually free, that I didn't get from there for, I don't know, couldn't see it online or whatever, I don't know. So the first up is Fantastic Four, issue 3, with a cover by Alex Ross. Famous comic book artist. He'd done the covers for the steelbooks for the Universal Monsters, the Blu-ray releases, not the 4Ks, the Blu-rays. Ones with a fantastic art on. He's the cover. You know, there's these variant covers like this, with each of the characters on a cover. Yeah. So, yeah, there we have Fantastic Four. And then we have issue 5 of Vampirella Mind Warp. Like so. Fantastic. With Liz cover, who drew Dawn, the character of Dawn. I've showed a statue of Dawn that I've got back in my collectible corner a while back. Yeah, and I think this is the last issue. I think. Don't quote me on it. Let's have a look. There's reason to believe that yes, this is the last issue of this particular mini series of Vampirella. And then the final comic that I got is this here, Scarlet Witch. Yes, with a cover by Adam Hughes, who again is a quite famous comic book artist. Yeah, Quicksilver there. And so there we have it. Those were my comic book pickups for however many weeks I haven't been. Okay, so there we go. Those were the comic book pickups that I've got on my last visit to the comic shop this weekend, just gone. I'm going to try and get down there a bit more regularly and try and do this maybe bi-weekly. I might start reviewing some more comics, reading and reviewing them after I've read them, if that's of interest to people. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so anyway, so that's it. This is AJ. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. Take care all and goodbye.